Okay, YouTube family, this situation in the saga between Young Dolph's basically PRE camp versus Yo Gotti CMG saga gets worse and worse every day. Let's break this new case down the right way so we know the case is getting close, y'all. Big Jook was just arrested into situations regarding the Young Dolph situation. If y'all don't know, Big Jook is Yo Gotti's big brother, and he just recently got arrested for being tied into this whole situation. And we're gonna break it down the right way. How did we get out of bounds with it? But if you guys don't know, it all started with the third suspect in this case being arrested. Then we found out who his daughter was, which was, you feel me, Lotta Cash Desto, who was killed in Houston. We're gonna break all this down thoroughly, how all this got started, and go to the rundown. Now, if you don't know how this all got started, there was back and forths between the camps all the way when Dolph came out here. He said bygones were supposed to be bygones, but then after the death, a painting arose of Young Dolph, a painting that came out, which Big Jook took the time to diss Young Dolph's painting. It was the painting right here where Big Jook put on his Instagram, man, whoever painted this, man, don't paint no itch besides two real niggas. Two real niggas with a pussy in the middle. Man, y'all don't do that, man. Don't F up our legacy. That P right here. And that's him. That's Big Jook dissing the legacy of the city, because whoever painted this mural, they put Dolph in the middle. So Big Jook couldn't even wait after 4 years go by after this man Young Dolph is dead. So he quickly destroyed the name of Young Dolph once again, even after demise. So that lets you know about a lot of deeper things that was going there, because the beef between Yo Gotti and Dolph stems from their brief collaborations before things turned sour. According to Young Dolph, Gotti's business practices were shady, and the CMG frontman disparaged his own artist. Dolph also stated that Gotti sent, you feel me, he sent a couple of dudes at him allegedly, you feel me, because Dolph stated that Gotti started to send subs after the rapper refused to sign the CMG publicly. Gotti has always maintained that he had no issues with the South Memphis rapper, but the subliminal disses in his rhymes drew to a head in 2017 when he came out with the new album. Y'all all remember this album here, Gelato. And the famous song was Don't Play With Me, Play With Your Itch. Man, releasing this studio project, Gelato, Young Dolph blew the doors off the Memphis hip-hop scenes with his diss, you feel me, to Play With Your Itch, in which Dolph details helping out Big Jook, which Jook at odds with Yo Gotti, sleeping with Gotti's woman before calling an unnamed old man from Dolph's hood a itch. So this album cemented a lot of things, bro. That started a lot of things that allegedly caused Young Dolph's demise. And then he told to Big Jook, and tell that old nigga from my hood with you that he'll itch. Young Dolph's Play With Your, you feel me? That was a track from it I took. Now Young Dolph's blistering reboot of heads of the collective music group CMG reverberated through the streets as fans raced to follow the lyrical cliff notes left by him. And with this album, man, I'm gonna be real, man, he went deep on it. You can hear basically he was talking about me in your song Pride to the South. Young Dolph Played With Your Itch, released in 2013. Yo Gotti's Pride to the South, which I put it on the screen for y'all. Gotti dives into the personal relationship between him and his baby's mother rapping. He said, I crossed the line so many times, but I couldn't take it, shawty. I seen that text inside your phone and tried to fake it, shawty. Yo Gotti finding another man's number and message in his BM's phone before leaving her. You know what I mean? Dolph's blatant call out instantly stirred CMG camps, basically leading to an attempt on his life in Central Intercollegiate Athletic Association, the CIAA tournament weekend in Charlotte, North Carolina in 2017, which we seen what transpired. It was the famous 100 shots, who a lot of people got arrested for this situation. Some still serving time for this. Well, at least the Los Angeles, California shooting, which they also tried to take the life, allegedly, of young Dolph. Now, this shooting here, man, around 6:30 p.m. near an apartment building near the intersection of 8th and North Cadwell Street. Young Dolph SUV was shot over 100 times. Despite the shooting, Dolph went on stage with Migos, 21 Savage at the city's Cameos nightclub for his scheduled performance. Now, young Dolph would take to Twitter to mock his would-be assassins, tweeting, "You lose," before dropping the entire project Bulletproof, and not only chastise his enemies, but use the titles of each song to send a clear message. And y'all know that one, which was 100 shots in Charlotte. That's the one he also did, but then he did "I'm Bulletproof," so F him. That's how I feel, all of them. I'm so real. I pray with my enemies. I'm everything you wanted to be, and shaking my head. Of course, the famous one is always going to be 100 shots, but most notably, that 100 shots became a smash hit with world star hip hop slamming the shooters, rapping 100 shots. I mean, this video here brought a lot of pain, to be real. But then the suspects who were involved in this was even more shocking. Dolph would sit down with XXL basically situation, because in many of the year, one of Yo Gotti's artists, Black Youngster, along with two other men, which is part of Black Youngster's group, they surrendered to the police after warrants were issued for their arrest in the investigation of the shooting. Black Youngster had a contentious relationship with young Dolph as he asserted himself into Gotti's and Dolph beef. Youngsters, whose real name is Sammy Marquez Benson, was charged with 6 counts of discharging a firearm into occupied property and 1 of felony conspiracy. Youngster was later released. I think he's still going through the situation now. Dolph would sit with XXL to discuss the shooting. He's saying, "I got no clue. I really don't even give a damn like that." Then he said, "To tell you the honest truth, I really, you know what I'm saying, I really was blessed." And he said, continued, "I'm from the streets, so I see what's happening. I got to be on my P's and Q's. They're trying to intimidate me and get me out the way. But if you keep your head on the swivel, then we're on the pavement to stay." Now, a lot of people in here, you know, who were accused of this retaliation, names were thrown out through the mud and the gutter, but this story got a long going history. You know what I mean? It don't stop anytime soon. And the saga part of this makes it worse when you find out Big Jook and the third suspect, Javon, was chilling together. They were together. And I'm going to do a part 2 of y'all. We're going to continue with part 2 so you guys can know how this story goes even deeper. But yes, they arrested Big Jook in this situation. I just wanted to give you guys a rundown to the whole history of this. We're going to do a second video so you can see the ties and what plays into it. Look, man, I'm DJ Bless One. Love your family. Love your kids. And like we always say, definitely stay blessed. Rock with the movement. It's always us, never them. You feel me? Or never them, always us, man. Love your family, love your kids, and definitely stay blessed.